Morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden on a sunny, windy day, and I have to get busy. I avoided the gym so I could stay home and get some stuff done, to include mowing this area, getting the electric fencing up, and getting the black woven plastic down, similar to how I have it done over here, because tomorrow morning I have some topsoil coming. I did that on purpose so I could use some really good topsoil. There's somebody who's clearing an area. Used to be cow field, pasture, grass, etc. Not a lot of rocks. It's just a lot of really good dirt and grass that's been turned and flipped. So anyway, it's supposed to come tomorrow morning. And I'd much rather have them dump it down there because I was ready for it than have them dump it up here because I was not ready for it. Because if we have to, this is where it's going to go if I'm not ready. So this is what I'm back here. I'm getting ready to go mow this and then start doing electric fencing and woven plastic, and Pan and I'll just be hanging out here. There she is. She's over there by the compost pile. But we'll be hanging. We'll be hanging here until I get it done. Now, I'm not going to mow the whole grass right now. I'm just that area that I'm going to be working in because, I'm trying to make sure, use the time wisely type thing. All right, let me get busy, and I'll talk to you later. All right, lunch is done. That's my deer netting. That's still in the plastic. Premier one, I don't get kickbacks from them. That's what the net is over there, and it's worked great for the 2 years that I've been here. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. So they tell you in all the videos that it's a two-person net. Basically, one person holds the net while the other person puts it up. Yeah, I'm a one-person person. So the gorilla cart holds the net while I put it up. And the object is, because there's two nets in here, you can see where I've got my roll there. It makes sense that roll goes to the elderberry bush, and halfway between the elderberry bush and where the roll ends is where the net will go. That way the grass doesn't come over and short out the fence. It makes sense, and the bush has room to grow, and I've got room to walk in between the bush and the fence and just not have any issues, just like I do in the other garden. So it should start over there, go down all 4 elderberries, and then go past that elderberry the same distance, and then from there we'll come down the hill, and there's my gate piece there. And if I'm really lucky, it'll come down here to where I am, because this is the flat spot that's in front of this tree, and this is the best spot for me to move the hoops to, just because it'll take me the least amount of work to get the bricks in. Does that make sense? And then once I got the bricks in place, I can use some of the topsoil and my compost and the rabbit manure and get the soil better here in the hoop, and do the same thing, kind of working my way up the hill. I have logs and stuff up at the top of the hill. So part of it's going to look like the other garden. Anyway, let me get to work. The goal today is to get the fence in. I don't know if you can see it. We got some clouds moving in. They're talking thunderstorms starting maybe late tonight, running on into tomorrow. So the goal is to get the fence in. If we don't have thunderstorms, great. If I get the dirt tomorrow, great. I'll just keep going. But the goal today is to get the fence in, so I know how wide and how far down I can actually do it. All right, anyway, quit rambling. I'll see you in a few. All right, so this is the first of 2 fences. You can see it goes down along there, hits a corner, and then goes down that way, and it kind of stops. And this is fine because this is what I have to do to get my stuff lined up right. And I know that sounds crazy because the elderberries are already here. So if you look, based off of the weaving wrap, if I want the weaving wrap to overlap with the elderberries to give it some weed control, that means that about the second green line, let's see if I can put my finger in the way here. Oh, there it is, finger, there you go. Second green line right here, right there. That's about where the fence needs to be. So roughly I'm half a fence off on this side, which is rather obvious because when you come to the other side, and you look at it, green lines on the plastic. There's one, there's two. This one is over here at the third green line. So, does that make sense? I start over there, and I'll move that corner this way to this corner, so this side will move over a little. Because once I get that back line in, does that make sense? From there I can run strings down to my corners so my lines are straight going down the hill. And then, you know, get it to square up and blah, blah, blah type thing. So with that, let me go get busy. Yeah, Panda's just out here being Mama's helper, huh? Yes, she is. To be a Mama's helper. She's found some sticks and, you know, she pulled my string out and tried to play with it because I wasn't using it yet. And, you know, all the fun stuff she likes to do. And then she goes over and she sits in the shade like, whatever, Mom. Yes, there's a reason why I plant in here. Lots of sun is good for a garden. All right, talk to you in a few. All right, not perfect, but it's in enough and tight enough that I can go ahead and put the secondary fence up temporarily. That way, again, I can make sure everything is laid right, so I can bring the hoop tunnel in here, the greenhouse tunnel in here. So that one's almost perfect at the second green stripe. You almost can't see it because the fencing's in the way. There it is. Let's turn that. There we go. There it is. It's almost perfect. Backward here is still a little crooked. And that back corner right there is still a little crooked. Again, I will straighten that portion out when I actually get to the point of putting the fabric down. This is just to get it in temporarily. You can see where this one doesn't even make it to the first corner yet. Again, still okay. Whew. The object is to get both nets up so I know how far down I can go. And part of the reason is if I can't encompass where I want to put the hoop tunnels, does that make sense? Then I will do the two fences separately with a walkway in between them. I'd rather not do that, but whew, that's where we're at. So let me get started on the next one. Again, it's already on the cart ready. I'm going to open the box and just kind of lay out the gate so I know where to start the next pole. So, all right, see you in a few. Alrighty then. So we are now fenced in. It's the top part. Again, it's not perfect. Leads right into the bottom part. Not perfect, not exactly tight. And you can see I gotta, hey, what you doing? You telling the peoples hi? You telling them hi? Say hi, peoples. You tell them hi, you tell them. That you've been working hard, huh? You've been supervising. Anyway, you can see I've got a loosey-goosey corner there. I'm sure that will tighten up when I actually run the strings and tighten the fences. You know, starting at my upper corners here. Get that right, get that straight, and that way I can, you know, run down and make sure that I'm not zigzagging in or out. And that should take up all that extra slack that's right there. So, having said that, let me go on and get busy. Talk to you in a few. All right, first things first. I got to open up my woven fabric and burn the edges at the right length. Because what happens now is I've got to put the woven fabric part that's going to go left to right and the woven fabric part that's going to go up and down and have it laid there so when I pop this corner out, I put the corner through both pieces of fabric. Does that make sense? Tack the corner of the fabric down, tack this end of the fence down so it's right. That way as I roll the fabric out, following my string line, does that make sense? I'm making this row straight. Because it's not straight, it's quite crooked. You can stand here and look at it. The left side, you can see where it goes crooked compared to the last pole there. I mean, it's just not even straight, but it's okay. But that's the goal. So anyway, I gotta unroll this, burn out the right sizes, and then get busy. See you in a few. So the supervisor's doing her thing. She's supervising. And this is what it looks like. Corner post in, ends are stapled down. Edge is on the second green line, and it goes all the way down. Yeah, I know this pole is leaning in, but when he's not leaning, makes sense when the top is pulled tight, and that'll happen when I put the T-post in at the corners to pull the tops tight. Yeah, it's a straight fence all the way down. So that's what it's supposed to look like. It's kind of awesome. You know, keeps the grass out, keeps me from having to weed or edge, and when the solar panel is on the net, it lights it up. Small squares below, large squares above. Deer and other critters don't want to be here. So now I'm going to take my unopened long roll there. Does that make sense? And this one I'm going to roll it literally starting up here at the top, all the way down the hill is whole. Does that make sense? Because I shouldn't have to cut this one until I get down to the very end. So it will go much faster than this one did. Just because, you know, I had to cut it, and then I cut the bottom one for the other end. So I cut off the same, how do I say that? I cut off the same roll. And then, there it is. I've got a little left over in case I got to do something extra here at the gate or something, or add an extra piece for where the solar charger is going to go, type thing. All right, I'm going to go get on the back side, get that done, and then we'll kind of see from there. Still a little Yankee in that corner, so I don't know, I'll figure it out. Supervisor's taking a break. Supervisor's hard work. All right, 6:35. Still kind of cloudy, but I'm gonna call it an evening. It's top row still in. Looks awesome. It's my side row. I've not quite finished this corner yet. So I got a couple of boards holding it down. Yeah. Kind of all the way down to the end. And I didn't finish that corner because now I know why my net's wonky. Well, kind of. I know why it's causing it's wonky, and it just, I've got to sit here and deal with it or figure it out why. If you look at the top here, let's see if I can zoom out. From the corner to the first pole, that's one panel. And if you count them, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. That's 6 panels going across. Does that make sense? If you look down at the end, it's only 5 panels going across. So there's something wrong. There should be 6 panels going across. So I either need to come up one so I can put a 6th panel across, or take that down some so I can make it going across. Either way, there's something wrong with that end. Does that make sense? So it's late enough that I'm not going to figure it out tonight. So it's one of those, I'm making sure that I've got everything that I need to put away in case it storms tonight. You know, stuff nice and dry where it needs to be nice and dry. Stuff under the awning where it needs to be under the awning. So if it storms tonight, you know, there's nothing out here. I'm actually going to take 2 of these poles here and move them kind of in on themselves to create a really wide opening. So should a critter get in here, it has the opportunity to get out. I don't think that's going to be a problem because there's nothing in here for it to feed on. But still the same thing, you know. Otherwise, I'm packing it up. I'm going to call it an evening. So y'all have an awesome day. And Miss Panda and I will talk at you later.